So, first thing we're going to react to is My Hero Academia, right? Had such a hot start, didn't end too well. Not that I watched it, I heard it was terrible, so I was like, I don't feel like wasting my time being disappointed. But it did have a solid start, and here is where, for me, I got really interested, is Izuku Midoriya's training arc, at least at the very beginning, when he gains the power, baby. So let's take a watch. Every strength coach, personal trainer, whatever, spends a good amount of time roasting anybody they're training. Doesn't matter who at all. I love this concept, right? Because we talk about this all the time in strength and conditioning. If there's, an endeavor you wish to pursue, in essence, it's usually like sport, right? You have to be fit enough, robust enough, and durable enough to deal with the physical demands of said endeavor, right? So you want to play football, you got to be big, you got to be strong, you got to be fast, right? You want to be able to climb mountains, you need to, have a great grip strength, you need to be flexible, you need to be able to climb, baby. So he's doing a lot of old school, like, almost Rocky-esque training. He's clean. The whole goal is for him to clean up the beach, and, there's a lot of... There's a lot of truth to that. There is a method to the madness, though. I personally prefer a more structured program, or a more periodized program, we like to call it, right? Where there's an accounting of the rest times, sets, reps. He's getting his nutrition in. That's super important. If you're not getting your nutrition in, you're not doing enough, right? You got to make sure you're fueling the body so that you can train, and getting adequate sleep and rest, right? That's why you want a structured, periodized program. That way, let's say one day is a little too tough, you can adjust, not so much go back to the drawing board, but you can say, hey, let's tone down the intensity a little bit, and then we'll go from there. Not every day needs to be as hard as possible, right? Every day just needs to be consistent, but it doesn't need to be as hard as possible. That is not the end goal of training, right? I feel that so hard, screaming into the void. After a good training session, or even after a rough training session, sometimes you just need to scream it out, Totally understand. He cleaned that beach, man. He's the whole reason I feel like this version of Tokyo was as clean as possible. Not to say that Tokyo isn't clean, it's tremendously clean, but in this universe, my headcanon, it's because of him. It's because of our boy, Izuku Midoriya. Now, that's enough of that. But overall, not bad, right? Moving heavy objects around, running back and forth, cleaning up the beach. It's definitely a way to get in shape. Nice intro way to get in shape, essentially. But I always prefer to have a structured, periodized, well thought out program that accounts for every variable you can think of for the most part. You can't always account for everything, but the more well thought out your plan is, the greater likelihood of success, in my opinion. But let's move on to the next video.